Hello, my name is Jareem Gunter and I am the author of The Man Book. Today we're going to talk about a really important topic. We're going to talk about the word love. Man, don't run away, just hear me out on this. I understand it's something that makes us run a lot of times, but just listen to my thoughts on this. The word love is such a huge word. I remember growing up and women would tell me that they love me, and what would I say back? I'd say I love you too. But did I really mean that? Love is such a powerful word. We have to make sure we use that word for good and not for harm. You have to be careful. When somebody says they love you, you have to be sure that when you say it back to them, that's truly how you feel. Love means that no matter what a person says or does to you, your love for them never changes. Your actions might change towards them, but your love for them in your heart never changed. When I talk to people, I like to ask them one question. I ask them, what are the 3 things that you love most in life? The reason why I ask that is because whatever you love the most, that's what you live for. I really want you to think about this question. Actually, write it down and keep it with you everywhere you go. The reason why I'm saying this is because it is so important to know the 3 things that you love the most in life. It's really what shapes you and it's how you move, and everything you do should be about those 3 things. Let me give you an example. So my 3 things are God, my family, and service. Right? So with me saying those are my 3 things, if I please the first one, and it's actually in that order, if I please the first one, it'll resonate with all the other ones. So if I focus my life on pleasing God the most, I'll automatically please my wife. If I focus on pleasing God the most, I'm automatically going to give service to my community, service to young men, service to people I come in contact with, do whatever I can to give what I've got. And if I'm doing anything outside of those 3 things, I don't really love those things the most. That means if I'm going out and smoking and drinking and doing something that's not about the 3 things that I have on my list. Now, if I say I love drinking the most on my list, then that makes sense. Then I'm going to go out and drink the most. But if I say I love my family, God, and service the most, if it's not pleasing to those 3 things, why am I doing it? So my question for you is, why do you do some of the things that you do if you say you love something else? Now, let me talk briefly about love and relationships. Years ago, somebody asked me a question. They said, is the mate that you're dealing with, if your parents die and you're lowering their body to the grave, would you want that person to be holding your hand? Wow, that is a serious question. You need to base your entire relationship on that question. That means, is the woman that I'm dealing with going to hold my hand in the darkest times of my life? Or will she walk away because she can't deal with the emotions that I'm going through? With man, we have to be honest with ourselves. We love harder. Women love quicker. You know, they can fall in love with you a lot quicker, but we love so much harder. So if a breakup happens, it hurts us so much more because it extends longer. It also hurts the woman, but they can get over it quicker than we can. If we really, truly love and we give all of ourselves into this relationship, it's so much harder for us to let go of it. People say you can't control who you fall in love with, and I actually agree with that. But you can also control who you spend time with. Whoever you spend the most time with, that's usually who you fall in love with. And the last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to love is something I call FLY. That stands with first love yourself. The other thing about love and relationships is you can't love somebody else if you don't even know the feeling of love. You cannot give what you have not received. It first starts with loving yourself. Unloving people are unloved people. Hurt people hurt people. If you're always feeling anger and frustration and you don't feel love, guess what? You're not going to be able to love somebody else. It is impossible to love someone if you don't really feel love yourself. Also remember, if you're dealing with a woman that has never been shown love, how can she actually give you what you want? We have to make sure we find our true self before we go out looking for love. I know this is a really deep and important topic. So please, I want to hear your thoughts. Leave your comments below. Also, if you want to know more about the Man Book, I have the link up next.